Did you know that sardines are one of the most complete and powerful foods for the health of people over 60? Rich in omega-3, calcium, vitamin D, and high-quality protein, they can strengthen bones, protect the heart, improve brain function, and even prevent type 2 diabetes. But here's the problem. Most people, especially the elderly, make serious mistakes when consuming sardines. Mistakes that not only negate all these benefits, but can also put your health at risk. And worst of all, very few people know this. In this video, you'll find out exactly what these mistakes are, why they happen, and most importantly, how to avoid them so you can get the most out of everything sardines have to offer. Stay tuned until the end, because I'm going to reveal a mistake so common that practically no one notices it. And that may be sabotaging your health right now. Sardines are small fish, abundant in the oceans, and traditionally consumed for centuries in different cultures around the world. In Brazil, Portugal, Spain, and several Mediterranean countries, they have always been part of the popular diet because they are affordable, nutritious, and tasty. From a scientific point of view, sardines are classified as a fatty fish, meaning they are rich in healthy fats, especially omega-3, EPA, and DHA fatty acids. Studies show that 100 grams of sardines provide approximately 1,180 milligrams of omega-3, a significant amount for cardiovascular, brain, and metabolic health. In addition, when consumed with bones and skin, as in the canned version, sardines become one of the most bioavailable sources of calcium and vitamin D. One serving can provide about 33% of the daily calcium requirement and 100% of the recommended vitamin D for adults. The most common mistakes when consuming sardines stem from a lack of information, inappropriate cultural habits, and misleading advertising. Many people have learned to eat sardines the wrong way, either through family tradition or ignorance about nutrition. With aging, some nutritional needs increase, such as the demand for calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and omega-3. At the same time, metabolism changes, the risk of chronic diseases increases, and nutrient absorption decreases. It is precisely in this context that mistakes in consuming sardines become even more dangerous for the elderly. Recent research, such as a study published in 2021 in the journal Clinical Nutrition, has shown that regular consumption of sardines twice a week significantly reduced the risk of developing type 2 diabetes in older adults with prediabetes. In addition, there was an increase in HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol, and a reduction in blood pressure and triglycerides. A Harvard University study revealed that consuming just 1 to 2 servings of sardines per week provides enough omega-3 to reduce the chances of developing heart disease, which is the leading cause of death in the United States and Brazil, by more than a third. Therefore, the benefits are real and proven. But why, then, do so many people still make mistakes when consuming this food? Now let's get down to business, the mistakes that most people, especially the elderly, make when eating sardines. Get ready, because some of these mistakes will surprise you. Mistake 1. Throwing away the bones and skin of sardines. This is undoubtedly the most common and most harmful mistake. Many people remove the bones and skin from canned sardines because they find them unpleasant or difficult to swallow. But here's the problem. Sardine bones are the main source of calcium in this food. When you remove the bones, you are literally throwing away one of the most important nutrients for bone health, especially in older adults who are already at greater risk for osteoporosis and fractures. Canned sardines with bones provide about 33% of the daily calcium requirement. In addition, the bones contain phosphorus, another mineral essential for bone structure. Sardine skin is also rich in collagen, omega-3, and other nutrients that support skin, joint, and cardiovascular health. Removing the skin wastes part of the food's nutritional value. Scientific basis: the vitamin D present in sardines works in synergy with calcium. Without sufficient calcium, vitamin D cannot perform its role in bone mineralization. Therefore, discarding the bones negates much of the benefit that sardines could provide. Mistake 2. Discarding the oil or sauce from the can. Another serious mistake is opening the can of sardines and throwing away the oil or sauce that comes with it. Many people do this thinking they are eliminating fat or reducing calories. In reality, sardine oil, especially if it is extra virgin olive oil, carries with it some of the fish's fat-soluble nutrients, including vitamins A, D, and E, as well as omega-3. When you discard this oil, you are losing valuable nutrients. In addition, discarding the oil in the sink can clog your home's plumbing. The oil solidifies inside the pipes, causing serious maintenance problems and unnecessary costs. What to do? Use the oil from the sardines to dress salads, drizzle on bread, or incorporate into culinary preparations. If you really don't want to consume it, dispose of it in a closed container in the trash, never in the sink. Mistake 3. Heating sardines in the can. This is a dangerous and little-known mistake. Some people, especially when camping or in a hurry, heat sardines directly in the can, either on the stove or in the microwave. The problem is that heating the can can release toxic substances such as chromium, nickel, and bisphenol A, BPA, which are present in the inner lining of many aluminum and steel cans. When heated, these substances can migrate into the food and increase the risk of cancer, diabetes, and other chronic diseases over time. Solution: always transfer the sardines to a suitable container before heating. It's a simple gesture that protects your health. Mistake 4. Consuming too many sardines, ignoring the sodium content. Canned sardines are convenient and nutritious, but they can also be very high in sodium. One can contain up to 282 milligrams of sodium, depending on the brand and type of preservation. For older adults who already have high blood pressure, diabetes, or kidney problems, excess sodium can aggravate these conditions, cause fluid retention, increase blood pressure, and overload the kidneys. Scientific basis: excess sodium impairs endothelial function, the inner lining of blood vessels, increases arterial stiffness, and contributes to the development and worsening of hypertension. Recommendation: limit your consumption of canned sardines to 2 to 3 servings per week, as recommended by the NHS, UK health system. Choose sardines in water or olive oil, and avoid very salty versions or those in industrialized sauces. Mistake 5. Ignoring the quality and origin of sardines. Not all sardines are the same. Some brands use low-quality fish, caught in contaminated waters or processed without proper sanitary care. Studies show that sardines may contain traces of heavy metals such as mercury, cadmium, lead, and arsenic, although at levels generally considered low and safe. A 2020 study by the Hong Kong Consumer Council tested 46 samples of canned fish and found metal contaminants in all of them. Sardines had higher levels of cadmium, while tuna had more methylmercury. What to do? Choose reliable brands from known sources and prefer sardines caught in clean, certified waters. Avoid eating sardines every day to minimize cumulative exposure to heavy metals. Mistake 6. Eating sardines with certain medications without medical advice. Older adults often take anticoagulants such as warfarin, antihypertensives, statins, and other medications. Sardines, being rich in omega-3, can interact with some of these drugs. Omega-3 has natural anticoagulant properties. When consumed in excess along with prescribed anticoagulants, it can increase the risk of bleeding. On the other hand, studies show that moderate consumption of omega-3, 2 to 4 grams per day, generally does not interfere negatively with statins or calcium channel blockers, and may even provide additional benefits in reducing triglycerides. Recommendation: if you are taking continuous medication, talk to your doctor before significantly increasing your consumption of sardines. Mistake 7. Not washing or rinsing sardines before eating them. This is a widespread myth. Some people believe that rinsing canned sardines before eating is healthier because it removes excess salt or cleans the fish. In practice, rinsing sardines may remove some of the sodium, but it also eliminates water and oil-soluble nutrients such as B vitamins and omega-3s. In addition, canned sardines have already undergone heat treatment and are ready to eat. There is no need to wash them. Conclusion: if sodium content is a concern, choose sardines in water or low-salt olive oil. Do not rinse the fish. Mistake 8. Eating sardines with high purine content without control. Risk of gout. Sardines are rich in purines, substances that, when metabolized, increase uric acid levels in the blood. For people who already have gout or a history of kidney stones, excessive consumption of sardines can trigger episodes of pain and inflammation in the joints. Recommendation: People with gout or high uric acid should consume sardines in moderation and under medical supervision. Choose fish with lower purine content, such as salmon and tilapia. Now that you know the mistakes, let's look at practical solutions to make the most of the benefits of sardines safely and healthily. 1. Eat the whole sardine with bones and skin. This is rule number 1. Sardine bones are soft and perfectly edible. If you're not used to it, start slowly. Mash the sardines with a fork, mix them with other ingredients, such as salad, rice, or pasta, and get used to the texture. Remember, when you eat the bones, you are ingesting natural, bioavailable calcium in synergy with vitamin D, the perfect combination for strong, healthy bones. 2. Take advantage of the oil or sauce from the can. Use the oil for seasoning, mixing, or cooking. It carries important nutrients and flavor. If you don't want to consume it, dispose of it responsibly. Never in the sink. 3. Always transfer the sardines to another container before heating. Never heat sardines inside the can. Use a plate, pan, or glass container. This prevents the release of toxic substances and ensures even and safe heating. 4. Choose quality brands from reliable sources. Read the labels. Choose sardines caught in clean, certified waters and processed by reputable brands. Avoid products of unknown origin or with suspicious prices. 5. Consume in moderation. 2 to 3 servings per week. This is the recommendation of health agencies such as the NHS and the FDA. Consuming sardines 2 to 3 times a week is sufficient to obtain the benefits without running the risk of excess sodium, heavy metals, or drug interactions. 6. Choose sardines in water or olive oil. If you have high blood pressure, choose sardines canned in water or extra virgin olive oil, which generally contain less sodium than versions in tomato sauce or other industrialized seasonings. 7. Talk to your doctor if you are taking anticoagulants or continuous medication. If you take warfarin, aspirin, statins, or other cardiovascular medications, tell your doctor about your regular consumption of sardines. In general, moderate consumption is safe, but professional guidance is essential. 8. Incorporate sardines creatively into your diet. Sardines can be eaten in many ways: on toast, in salads, in pâtés, mixed with scrambled eggs, in pasta, rice, or even in pie and pastry fillings. Use your creativity. Some practical suggestions: mashed sardines with olive oil, lemon, and herbs on whole wheat bread, green salad with sardines, tomatoes, red onion, and olive oil, scrambled eggs with sardines and chopped tomatoes, pasta with garlic, olive oil, sardines, and parsley, sardine pâté with Greek yogurt, lemon, and pepper. Now let's talk about what can happen if you continue to make these mistakes when consuming sardines. Or worse, if you simply stop eating this highly nutritious food. 1. Osteoporosis and fractures. Calcium and vitamin D deficiency is one of the main causes of osteoporosis in the elderly. Hip, spine, and wrist fractures are common and can lead to loss of mobility, prolonged hospitalizations, and even death. By discarding the sardine bones or simply not eating this food, you are missing out on one of nature's richest and most bioavailable sources of calcium and vitamin D. 2. Cardiovascular disease omega-3 deficiency is associated with an increased risk of heart attack, stroke, cardiac arrhythmias, and atherosclerosis. The omega-3 in sardines helps reduce triglycerides, increase HDL cholesterol, lower blood pressure, and protect the inner lining of blood vessels. Ignoring sardine consumption or wasting its nutrients means giving up scientifically proven cardiovascular protection. 3. Type 2 diabetes studies show that regular consumption of sardines can reduce the risk of progression from prediabetes to type 2 diabetes, as well as improve glycemic and lipid control in the elderly. Not consuming sardines or consuming them inadequately can mean losing this important metabolic protection. 4. Cognitive decline and dementia. Omega-3 is essential for brain health. Studies suggest that regular consumption of omega-3 rich fish, such as sardines, can increase brain gray matter and reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Vitamin B12 deficiency, also present in sardines, is associated with memory problems, mental confusion, and peripheral neuropathy in the elderly. 5. Loss of muscle mass, sarcopenia. Sardines are an excellent source of high-quality protein. Older adults who do not consume enough protein are at risk of losing muscle mass, which compromises mobility, increases the risk of falls, and decreases quality of life. 6. Chronic inflammation. Low-grade chronic inflammation is at the root of several diseases associated with aging, including arthritis, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer. The omega-3 in sardines has powerful anti-inflammatory action, helping to modulate the immune system and reduce inflammatory markers in the body. 7. Vision problems. There is evidence that omega-3 can reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration and help treat dry eye, conditions common in older adults. 8. Heavy metal poisoning, if consuming low-quality sardines. Although mercury and cadmium levels in sardines are generally low, excessive consumption of low-quality products can lead to the accumulation of heavy metals in the body, with the risk of neurological, renal, and cardiovascular damage. 9. Hypertension and kidney problems, if consuming sardines with high sodium content. Excessive consumption of sodium-rich canned sardines can aggravate hypertension, cause fluid retention, and overload the kidneys, especially in older adults with already compromised kidney function. 10. Gout attacks, if you consume too many sardines and have a history of high uric acid. People with gout or high uric acid who consume too many sardines run the risk of triggering painful attacks of joint inflammation and increasing the formation of kidney stones. We have reached the end of this video, and now you know exactly what the most common and dangerous mistakes are that older adults and many other people make when consuming sardines, and most importantly, how to avoid them. Let's recap the main points. Most common mistakes. 1. Discarding the bones and skin, which are the most nutritious parts. 2. Throwing away the oil or sauce from the can, wasting fat-soluble nutrients. 3. Heating the sardines inside the can, releasing toxic substances. 4. Consuming sardines in excess or of poor quality. 5. Ignoring sodium content and risks for hypertension and kidney disease. 6. Not considering interactions with medications. 7. Rinsing sardines, losing nutrients. 8. Consuming sardines without moderation when there is a history of gout or high uric acid. Practical solutions. 1. Eat the whole sardine, with bones and skin. 2. Enjoy the oil or sauce. 3. Always transfer to another container before heating. 4. Choose quality brands. 5. Consume 2 to 3 servings per week. 6. Prefer sardines in water or olive oil. Talk to your doctor if you are taking continuous medication. 8. Vary the preparation and incorporate sardines creatively into your diet. Consequences of ignoring the issue. Osteoporosis and fractures. Cardiovascular disease. Type 2 diabetes. Cognitive decline and dementia. Loss of muscle mass. Chronic inflammation. Vision problems. Heavy metal poisoning, hypertension and kidney problems, gout attacks. Sardines are one of the most complete, accessible, and powerful foods available for the health of older adults. They provide calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12, omega-3, high-quality protein, and several other essential nutrients. But, as we have seen, it is essential to consume sardines in the right way. The mistakes we discussed in this video not only negate the benefits, but can also put your health at risk. If you are elderly or care for someone in their golden years, include sardines in your diet on a regular, conscious, and balanced basis. Choose quality products, take advantage of the bones and skin, follow the consumption recommendations, and, whenever necessary, seek medical or nutritional advice. Health is not built with miracles or magic formulas. It is built with knowledge, good habits, and smart choices in everyday life. And sardines, when consumed in the right way, can be a great ally in this journey. Take care of yourself, stay informed, and share this knowledge with the people you love. Prevention and information are the best medicines there are, If you found this video useful, leave your comment, share it with friends and family, and continue seeking quality health information. See you next time.